Jai Gurudev. Today we are speaking with an expert from the Art of Living Foundation and officer of Vedic Dharma Sansthan to explore how modern day teachers and mentors should embody the wisdom of sage Vasistha rather than characters like Bheeshma Pitama. We will also discuss how figures like Shakuni, who manipulated for personal gain, can learn from the loving guidance of figures like Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. Let's begin. Jai Gurudev. In the Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitama is often revered for his loyalty and adherence to vows. However, his silence in the face of injustice and manipulation, especially when it came to Draupadi's humiliation, has been a point of contention. Do you believe that modern day teachers and mentors should embody a different approach, one more aligned with the wisdom and active guidance of sage Vasistha? Yeah, Jagadev, yes, that's a key insight. While Bhishma Pitama was undoubtedly a great warrior and a man of principles, his detachment and silence in critical moments led to great suffering. A modern day teacher should strive to be more like Sage Vasistha, who actively guided and mentored his students, including Lord Rama, through wisdom, compassion, and direct involvement in shaping their lives. Vasistha's role was not just to impart knowledge, but to ensure his students' moral and spiritual growth. In today's world, teachers are not just responsible for academic education, but for not nurturing the emotional and spiritual well being of their students. They should step in with wisdom and intervene when they see manipulation, injustice, or negativity, much like Vasistha, who provided Lord Rama with the necessary guidance to overcome doubts and internal struggles. This is a powerful shift in perspective. In modern times, we also see individuals who behave like Shakuni, using cunning tactics to manipulate situations for their own gain. How should such individuals transform, learning from figures like Lord Krishna or Lord Rama? Shakuni, in his time, was a symbol of manipulation and selfishness, acting for personal vendettas and creating chaos. Unfortunately, we do see similar patterns in today's world, especially in how some people use technology or relationships for manipulation, much like Shakuni did in the game of dice. However, instead of being like Shakuni, they should look to positive role models like Lord Krishna and Lord Rama, who served as loving guides and mentors. For example, Lord Krishna was like a maternal uncle to Abhimanyu, always offering support, guidance, and protection. He didn't manipulate Abhimanyu, but instead prepared him to face life's challenges with strength and wisdom. Similarly, Lord Rama became a mentor and guide to Rishashringa, providing him with a strong foundation in Dharma and helping him fulfill his divine purpose. Today, those in positions of influence, whether mentors, family members, or colleagues, should focus on nurturing the younger generation, much like Lord Krishna or Lord Rama did. Instead of taking advantage of vulnerabilities, they should help people grow in wisdom and character. That brings us to the idea of how influential figures like Shakuni should adopt more nurturing roles rather than using cunning methods to manipulate others. How can this transformation happen, and what is the role of karma in this process? The transformation begins with awareness and intention. Shakuni type individuals are often driven by deep insecurities or unresolved anger, which leads them to manipulate and cause harm. However, if they choose to follow the path of Dharma and understand the teachings of great mentors like Krishna or Rama, they can learn to use their influence for good rather than destruction. Karma plays a crucial role here. As we know from Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji's teachings, every action has its consequences. Those who manipulate and harm others are creating negative karma for themselves, which will eventually come back to them. By choosing to act like Krishna or Rama selflessly and with compassion, they can break free from this cycle of negative karma and move towards a more positive, fulfilling life. Shakuni's tactics didn't bring him lasting peace or success. He ultimately fell into his own trap. But look at Lord Krishna. His guidance led to victory for the Pandavas, and he is revered as a divine mentor for all time. Similarly, Lord Rama, by nurturing Rishashringa and his children Sarang and Jyoti, built a legacy of righteousness and dharma that continue to inspire. These are the qualities we need in today's teachers and mentors. The responsibility of a teacher is not just to pass on knowledge, but to be an active force of positive change. In the case of Shanta and Rishashringa's children, Sarang and Jyoti, it was a loving guidance of Lord Rama that shaped their future. Teachers today should learn from this and be like Rama or Krishna, patient, wise, and compassionate, guiding their students through life's challenges. How can teachers in the modern world actively embody these qualities? What practical steps can they take to ensure they are guiding their students with wisdom rather than remaining detached or uninvolved like Bhishma Pitama? Modern day teachers need to be involved in the holistic growth of their students. This means going beyond academic instruction to understanding their students' emotional and spiritual needs. Practical steps include encouraging students to engage in sadhana, spiritual practice, teaching them the values of safa, selfless service, and guiding them through satsang, the company of truth and positivity. Teachers can also create a space of trust and support where students feel comfortable sharing their challenges. By doing so, teachers become like Sage Vasista, offering wisdom that is grounded in compassion and actively participating in the well being of their students. It's also about leading by example. Teachers should embody the values they wish to see in their students, much like how Lord Rama and Lord Krishna did. Their actions, words, and demeanor should reflect patience, wisdom, and a commitment to dharma. While students see their teachers living by these principles, they are more likely to follow. Additionally, regular engagement with spiritual text practices like meditation and fostering an environment of positivity can significantly impact a student's development. Just like Sage Vasista, teachers should provide a steady guiding hand, ensuring that their students not only excel academically but also grow as balanced, compassionate individuals. That's insightful. So, the message here is that teachers and mentors in today's world should aim to be more like Vasista, actively guiding and nurturing their students rather than simply being silent observers like Bheeshma Pitamah. Similarly, those with by fostering a connection to higher values and dharma, individuals can break free from patterns of manipulation and selfishness, embracing a path of righteousness and compassion. It's not about shame or punishment; it's about offering the opportunity to evolve, just as Lord Krishna guided the Pandavas or Lord Rama guided his people. You mentioned that karma naturally resolves these issues. Could you explain how this concept plays out when people face manipulation or deceit in the modern digital age, such as online account hacking or password theft, which are sometimes associated with modern day shakunis? Absolutely, the digital world is full of opportunities for both connection and misuse. Some people may misuse platforms by hacking accounts or manipulating personal information, like we see in hacking incidents with Gmail, Facebook, or Instagram. These acts are rooted in selfish gain or malintent, just like Shakuni's actions in the Mahabharata. However, the teachings of Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji remind us that karma operates in its own time and way. When someone causes harm, that energy comes back to them, sometimes sooner, sometimes later. For those on the receiving end, it's important to not engage in blame or revenge. Instead, continuing our practices of sadhana, seva, and satsang strengthens our mind and hearts. We build an inner resilience, what you might call a bulletproof mindset that protects us from getting caught up in the negativity around us. Exactly, karma acts as a balancing force in the universe. Even when people attempt to manipulate or deceive through digital means, they cannot escape the consequences of their actions. In many cases, their dishonesty leads them into deeper trouble, while those who remain grounded in their spiritual practices, focus on positive action, and don't engage in retaliation, naturally attract protection and peace. Rather than naming and shaming such individuals or involving legal authorities, the higher path is to trust the workings of karma and stay dedicated to one's spiritual journey. By keeping our focus on our sadhana and dharmic activities and action, we rise above these challenges, leaving negativity to be resolved by karma. So, if we stay grounded in practices like meditation, sudarshan, kriya, and spiritual wisdom, we can transcend the impacts of negative forces even when they show up in modern ways like online hacking. Yes, absolutely. Our spiritual practices like sudarshan, kriya, pranayama, meditation, and chanting strengthen our minds and help us stay balanced even when faced with external challenges like manipulation or deceit. When our consciousness is elevated, these negative influences have less impact on us. It's like building an internet firewall. Just as we install firewalls and security measures to protect our online accounts, our spiritual practices build a firewall in our consciousness. We become less affected by external negativity because we are connected to something much deeper and more powerful, the wisdom of our inner self and the grace of the divine. Also, it's important to remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When faced with individuals who act like Shakuni, whether in personal relationships or the digital realm, it's a chance for us to strengthen our inner resilience and commitment to the path of Dharma. Instead of being reactive, we can choose to embody the qualities of great teachers like Vasista, Krishna, and Rama: patience, wisdom, and love. Thank you both for sharing such deep insights. To conclude, it seems that the key message here is that teachers and mentors in the modern world should guide their students with active wisdom and compassion, like Sage Vasista, and avoid the pitfalls of a detached or passive involvement. At the same time, those who face negativity or manipulation in any form, including the digital world, should trust in karma, focus on their spiritual growth, and rise above the situation without retaliation. That's exactly right. It's all about maintaining our focus on our inner growth and letting the universe handle the rest. By staying connected to the wisdom of our spiritual practices, we can face any challenge with clarity, strength, and peace. And when we embody the qualities of great teachers like Vasista or mentors like Krishna and Rama, we become instruments of positive change in the world, guiding others toward dharma and righteousness. This is the true role of modern day teacher. Thank you once again for this enlightening conversation. It's clear that by following the path of wisdom, love, and karma, we can navigate the complexities of the modern world with the grace and integrity. Jai Gurudev.